Okay, so it's a two-part report. There's a legal analysis and there's a policy analysis. My part has to do with the policy analysis, the implications on, for instance, auto insurance, public safety, and the potential benefits for potential revenue for the state.
Okay.
That's in general terms.
All right.
What we did basically, we grabbed data from 14 jurisdictions that are currently providing a driver license or some form of driver license to their undocumented
So it would be
population.
like 12 states plus Puerto Rico and DC?
DC, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right.
In New England, Connecticut is out of these 12 or 14 jurisdictions, and also Vermont is another one. So when it comes to auto insurance, for instance, it seems based on the data that there's nothing conclusive here because there are many factors that influence the decision of a person to buy an auto insurance, right? Having access to a driver license doesn't necessarily change that decision. But what we know from the data is that usually people tend to buy, if they have access to a driver license, they tend to buy auto insurance. So that could be there you have a potential benefit, at least for the insurance companies.
Sure.
Right? In terms of public safety, again, we compare these to 14 jurisdictions, again, the other states that are not providing driver licenses to their undocumented population. And what we see is, or what we found is that traffic fatalities decline faster among the states, the 14 jurisdictions,
Right.
compared to the other ones. We also looked at personal disposable income and poverty rates. Again, the comparison between these two groups. Poverty rates, the similar thing. Poverty rates decline faster in states that are providing a driver license to the undocumented population. To be clear, these are correlations. This is not necessarily that one thing leads to the other one, but we found that there's a strong relationship throughout the years. We have data since the year 2000 for all of the states, and what we found is this strong correlation in these two variables, right? And the last part of the analysis, or the last part that I did, which is the policy analysis, has to do with, okay, so what are the implications for the states? And what I did, I created basically like possible scenarios depending on, like for instance, we have to consider whether the length of validity of the driver license, if the state of Rhode Island decides to move forward and provide that, then we have to think of what is the length of validity for these driver licenses, what are the requirements, and based on, depending on different combinations, there are potential revenues from those who
So this would be like, how hard is it to get a license? Like, how much money does it cost? How many hoops do you have to jump through to get?
Exactly. What are the requirements that the states are going to tell the undocumented population to present in order to get a driver license? Like for instance, if they have to prove that they have been residing in Rhode Island for, I don't know, 1 year, 2 years, or if that is the only thing that they have to show, or whether they have to prove that they have been filing tax returns, for instance. That's beyond our report, but those are some of the things that we wanted to bring to the discussion.
Cool.